Hey guys, Goomy Gaming here, and welcome back to welcome to some Dark Souls 2. Now, I know I already made videos of Dark Souls 1 PvP, but this is some Dark Souls 2 PvP. Hopefully the glare won't be as bad. So I'm invading in the Belfry, which is like it's basically the Cat Covenant area of Dark Souls 2. But instead of a forest, it's more of a tower. In fact, the boss in this place is a really annoying boss because it's a big gargoyle that there's a ton of gargoyles. Also, there's me and another Belfry guy. I think we're called Bell Keepers. Look, this guy's using Soul Greatsword. New spell that was added for Dark Souls 2. Oh, we took him down. So yeah, Dark Souls 2, they made a lot of improvements. First of all, I mean, they did a lot of stuff wrong as well. The boss is always good, but that's their opinion. They added a lot of really good stuff. Like, for instance, PvP is quite a lot better now than what it used to be. So, for instance, this whole Belfry area, it's a lot easier to invade in, and everyone, regardless of how heavy your armor is, takes a decent amount of damage from every hit. So there's no one running away taking no damage. Well, because I think I talked about in my first Dark Souls PvP videos that it was really annoying when you fought a tank because you just got destroyed as a light build, and I'm still a light build. I'm at 41.3% equipment load. So yeah, they changed the spells up quite a lot. Like, there was that Soul Greatsword, which just creates a big blue sword that you swing and does a ton of damage. I used it back when I was a sword. Oh, I got invaded. That's rare. Something rare that happens. I suppose I am human right now. I just went and beat the final boss like an hour ago. I mean, this is NG+, so I've already beaten her once. Also, I'm a Faith build this time instead of a Pyromancer. This guy's also a Faith build. This is Binding Bolt. You get it after defeating the old Iron King, I think. Basically, you use it, you get the soul. They also made it easier to punish turtling. This guy's done. He's Donza. I've gotten quite a lot better at PvP. This guy's got a spear. He's hoping for longer reach. I've got damage. There he goes. See ya. Yeah, see, I just destroyed that guy. So, yeah, again, I changed to a Faith build. Hey, he's not fair. There we go. And in this game, getting Estus Flasks is a lot harder to do, which I'll kind of stick more to PvP than the actual game, but I do kind of have to say some stuff. So, all the things that have changed, they changed hexes, which is dark magic, which used to be dark magic, now they're hexes, and they're a mixture between intelligence and faith, which are the sorceries and miracles. So I've switched to a faith build. I was actually a sorcerer in the beginning, and I actually used a ton of sorcery. Soul Greatsword was my favorite. But I switched over to a faith build after I found out about the High Knight Sword, which is kind of my favorite sword in the game. That's the sword I'm using right now. You probably can't read the text because, again, it's terrible. Crappy camera angle. Sorry, can't download a screen record. But basically, I have a Lightning High Knight Sword, plus 10. The High Knight Sword has nice damage, and it's really, really fast for a straight sword. I think it has the power attack of a dagger, in fact. And it's just as fast. It's got some pretty fast regular attacks. And then I'm using the Dragon Chime, which is the best miracle casting tool in the entire game, and the King Shield plus 5, which is made out of the soul of Vendrick, who's like the king of the land. You fight him in the Undead Crypt. He's not actually the boss there, but he's more like a side. Anyway, it has 86.8% fire, because mine's plus 5 rather than just the regular, and 100 physical, which makes it really nice. Hopefully I invade someone soon. Unfortunately, invasions do sometimes take a while, because people are pretty smart when they go into the Belfry now. In fact, I would be doing this in the Rat Covenant if I didn't feel like that was too cheap. Summon sign? Why would I summon? How can I summon someone here? I've already killed the boss. How can I summon people? Makes no sense to me. What boss would I fight? Yeah, like I said, I'm ready for my third playthrough, but I'm not going to it yet. much rather screw around in G+ before then. So let's see, as for my equipment, which I should probably tell you besides just my weapons, I have Lucatiel's vest plus 10, the Jester gloves, which actually I didn't mean to have those equipped. Where's Lucatiel's? Lucatiel's gloves plus 10, and Lucatiel's trousers plus 10. And the Lucatiel's gear you actually get from completing Lucatiel's questline. Lucatiel's questline is, she's one of the summon things, but you get to summon her basically. She's an NPC summon. Come on, is someone gonna invade me, or am I just gonna sit around? Oh, there we go. Yeah, that little text. Oh, come on! Invasion failed, really? Yeah, and then I've got the Hexer's hood on plus 10. And I like Lucatiel's just because it has nice protection, but it's not too heavy. That's right, I've already killed this Turtle Knight. No, it's not Turtle Knight. I have some nicknames for some of the enemies. These guys aren't Turtle Knights, but Turtle Knights are different. These guys are just really annoying. Oh, wow, he hit me. Surprised, they don't. When I started out on this build, I was actually two-handing this High Knight sword rather than just one-handing it. Here, I might as well run through the level. This isn't going to be a walkthrough, it's just going to be fighting randomly. Since I can't really edit. Feels like I'm going bait. I'm probably going to die here. These guys always kill me. They explode. They commit suicide and it does a ton of damage. Or rather not suicide, but more kamikaze. But no, these aren't the ones that kamikaze, that's right. Some of them blow themselves up, they literally explode into fire and death. And they're really annoying. These guys are aim bots. Here, 1 second, next. Oh, there he is. Hey, Bow. I don't think that one comes awake. There's one sitting on the ledge right there. Let's see, and then I don't have to focus that much. I've gone through here a few times. Because up here is one of the boss soul traders. This is Strayed.
If you speak up.
And he's kind of annoying. I don't go through his dialogue. He sells you some nice rings, he sells you a bunch of spells as well. Oh, hey, I can buy Great Lightning Spear again, even though I already have it. Fantastic. And he also sells some hexes. Dark Orb, Dark Hail, Dark Fog, and Affinity. And yeah, you can do boss soul trades. These are all bosses. In fact, that's how I got Sacred Oath, which is one of the spells I use to buff myself, and Binding Bolt, in fact, as well. Binding Bolt is the one where I was shooting up that orb and it was raining down lightning spears. I like that one. Here, come on. Where's the common place that people invaded? The Iron Keep. While I'm waiting, I might as well go to Iron Keep. That's like the primary PvP location. Because there's a bridge there. Everyone likes to fight on the bridge. I fought a lot there. In fact, I think I went through the entirety of the Dragon Covenant. Which I never talked about the Dragon Covenant in my original Dark Souls, but they carried over a bunch of the covenants from the old one. So they even have the Sun Bros are back. The Warriors of the Sun. They're called Heirs of the Sun now, but I already went through that entire covenant as well. But you just have to get summoned 30 times and succeed. Now here's the Dragon Eye. Dragon Eye? Oh, it's disappeared. Yeah, and let's see. Let's go through my spells as well. My spells involve, well, I use Great Heal, which heals me all the way up to max HP because I have low HP. I never really went into HP. Sacred Oath, which gives me plus 50 attack and plus 40 defense. Sunlight Blade, which is what I've been buffing my sword with. It adds lightning damage. Binding Bolt, which I already talked about. Great Lightning Spear, which is just a powerful lightning spear. 20 lightning spears, which you just hurl lightning, basically. Force, ooh, guys here. Force, which knocks people back or down. Is this guy using, hey, no, crap, he's wearing the butterfly. Does that poison me? No, okay, no, I'm not poisoned. I usually don't use a shield, in fact, I'm normally a two-hander for this build. Sorry about. You try to get a guard break on me. That's another thing that's nice, is they made a way for you to punish turtling, which really didn't exist in Dark Souls 1. I mean, you could kick, but if you catch someone now, turtling, you can get the equivalent of a backstab. It's a reposit. Sorry about. Again, I've gotten a lot better at PvP. I mean, I'm not amazing, I still get beat a lot, but I might as well sit in this area until I get summoned by the bell tower, which probably won't even happen now. Yeah, this is just good 1v, which is nice. I'll put on the Ring of Binding. So my rings, I have the Ring of Blades +2, which you get in Drangleic Castle, which is like the midpoint of the game. Won't spoil too much like on how to do everything, just look it up in the guide, I'm not guiding you. Lightning Clutch Ring, which increases my lightning damage, and the Southern Ritual Band, which increases my attunement slots, because I really needed more attunement slots for Sacred Oath. The Sacred Oath takes up 4 attunement slots. Hey, don't you dare attack me right now. Well, I don't use my miracles unless someone else does. Except for my buffs, I mean. Sword does damage through your shield, bud. Yep, you're trying to parry me. You tried to do a parry as well. Parrying I don't think is anything I ever did in the first video. Again, usually I'm a two-hander, but I've gotten more cautious. I used to get screwed over because I was two-handing here, see? I'll probably lose this guy if I two-hand. He's the kind of guy you just need a shield to fight against. Doing some fancy footwork. Right here. The High Knight Sword has really high damage once I buff it, because since I'm a faith build, my lightning damage is pretty high. Which means that buffing my weapon, Sunlight Blade, gives me a really huge ton of damage when I hit people. So two-handing used to be my whole thing because I was like, yeah, I need higher damage output because I was dissatisfied with my old weapon. I don't even remember what I used to use as a weapon. Then again, no, I just use item boxing. Put everything away. I do have the Moonlight Greatsword, and I'm not going to use it. Because though it is nice, and I actually leveled it up when it doesn't do high enough damage, because I'm not a sorcery build. There's also the Sun Sword, which you get from the Sunrose Covenant, but I don't really use that either. Black Scorpion Stinger, Dragon Slayer. I can't remember what I used to use before I used the High Knight Sword. High Knight Sword I used for PvE and PvP. They did, again, with the whole spells changing, they made, Tranquil Walk of Peace, which was the thing, I think I might have pointed it out in my original video, but if I didn't, Tranquil Walk of Peace in Dark Souls 1, you cast it, and it was sort of an area of effect around you, and anyone close to you couldn't roll, and they were slowed, so like they had to walk, and only all opponents had that, and so for a tank, it was overpowered, and really for any build, really. And now it's still overpowered for tanks in Dark Souls 2, but they changed it, and now Tranquil Walk of Peace, and I think it's actually called something different. Now it hits the caster as well. It hits anyone in that range, including allies, which means if you're a dex build as well, you're going to get taken down. But if you're a tank, then you don't need to care. Dang it, summoning failed. Come on. Summoning fails are pretty common, because everyone gets summoned immediately. I mean, I could stand around waiting until we get invaded, because I do get invaded in your allies. In primary PvP plays. Oh, I have 123,000 souls that I didn't even realize. That's an entire level. That's one level. One thing that I really hate that they changed with online, though, is that instead of the old soul levels changed anything, like I'm level 226 soul levels, but now everything's decided by soul memory when it comes to summoning, which is annoying because if you want to summon a specific person, you guys have to be within your soul memory, and you can't control your soul memory. The only thing you can do to control your soul memory is not kill anything, which you really can't do. Because that's what your soul memory is. It is all of the souls you have ever had. I think mine's at, 9.9 million. 15 million is where it stops mattering. Once you reach 15 million, it doesn't matter what your soul memory is. Hey, pal.